Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the quilt 30s bouquet. The 1930s are a wonderful era with all kinds of little prints, and we're going to be using a lot of them in this quilt. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, please visit our website. You can see here in front of me that I have a great collection of 1930s little prints. They're really popular, people love to use them, they're whimsical, kind of reminiscent of days gone by. And we've got a good array of colors. When we use a 10-inch set of pre-cut blocks, we then get a whole grouping. That way we don't have to shop for all of them. And then we're going to pair that up with a white on white dot and a yellow and an orange as an accent for the centers of each of the flower kind of shapes you see in the quilt behind me. So we're going to take those 10-inch squares, and we are going to do a little bit of cutting on them. Sometimes people say, well, why would you take a pre-cut and cut it up? Well, we want to have 4 identical squares of the same fabric. So we're going to take a 10-inch square and we're going to cut it into 4 identical 5-inch squares. That way, we have all of the petals for our flowers. So we would then begin with the 5-inch square that we've cut. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a quadrant, a quarter of this flower-shaped block, and then altering it just a little bit as you see for the next piece, and then repeating like 2 of these and 2 of these. So starting with that 5-inch block, we're going to be adding, the first thing we're going to put with it is the white, as you see in the block here, a triangle, but we're going to start with a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to, on the back side of the fabric, we're going to take a ruler and a fabric marking pen, and we're going to draw a diagonal line across the block. Now I'm drawing heavier than you would, but so you can see, we're going corner to corner across the block. Then we're going to place it in the corner of our large 5-inch square, like this, and then we're going to stitch corner to corner. Make sure this placement is so that when we open it up, that we'll have a triangle of white remaining at the end. If you've placed your block this way, you'll notice that it won't come out to be covering the corner. So make sure your placement is correct if you haven't done this technique before. And I have that already done here. I've stitched across the block corner to corner. And I've used red thread. You're going to be using probably a neutral or a white. And then what we want to do is open it up to double check. Yes, we've stitched that properly. And then we're going to take it to the iron and press it. The first thing you want to do though is you want to press this flat and set the seam. So we bring it over to the iron. Just warm those fibers up so that when we want them to bend, it'll be an easy bend for them. And then open it out, and it should cover all the way out to the point. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll finger press it first to make sure I get that seam all the way open, and then press again. Then you will want to remove that underneath layer, those 2 layers on the bottom. You can use a rotary cutter, or you can just simply go in with the scissors and leave an approximate 1/4 inch seam allowance behind. Our 1/4 inch seam allowance isn't quite as important here because we've already done the stitching. So leaving the seam allowances, we just want to leave something there so that seam is solid. Okay, so we're going to get to that point, and you're going to make you're going to do this on all 4 of the blocks that are involved in this quilt block. So do that 4 times. Then you're going to take those pieces and you're going to be adding, here you can see, you're going to add a yellow to 2 of them and orange to 2 of them. There's just a little bit of a trick on the placement though. So you want to make sure as you follow your diagram, I'll lay this one up here beside it. This block we're going to put here. So if the white is in this position, we're going to put a yellow block right next to it. So we're going to do that block with that diagonal marking across it like we did the white. We're going to place it on our unit and stitch again across that block and open out and press in the same manner as we did with the white triangle. So now we have 2 units made. We'll make 2 like this with the yellow on a corner, and I have 2 of those already prepared. So now we have 2 like this. And remember, we made 4 originally, so we're going to go in and take the other 2, and we're going to create blocks that look like this with the orange on the side. And then it's all about the placement. This is supposed to be kind of the center of your flower, so think about that when you're placing so that the color ends up kind of kissing in the center. So now you've created simply a 4-patch, and you would join 1 row together here, a 2nd row at the bottom, and then join the rows together to make the blocks for 30s bouquet. And as you can see in the quilt behind me, then you're adding a small white sashing between blocks and between rows, so that each of the flowers kind of floats on the quilt top. And then a white border, and you're finished with 1930s bouquet. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly videos, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.